mask up, get vaccinated, keep the social distance, but let's take personal responsibility.
As you're both indoors 4 feet away without a mask.
Our children under 12 who can't get vaccinated.
Come on.
And if you are a public official,
Ugh.
you're an elected or appointed official, be responsible, not just to yourself, have the personal responsibility to care for everyone in your community.
And finally, we're seeing you out here on this tour. You've been largely absent in the Nationals here. Are we hoping to see more of you now?
Well, we're doing a lot of work.
Wasn't the governor of California
Fortunately,
the one that got caught at the French
President
Laundry?
Biden has a great team in all different aspects, whether it's on
The guy.
whether it's on issues.
Everybody do this, unless it's me. We go to French Laundry.
So we're all doing our share of work.
These things eating, man.
Sometimes you have to.
You just know it was a worker in there.
We're gonna be there. I'll be there wearing.
Imagine it was Thomas Keller himself.
So you can hear Secretary Becerra, of course, as someone who we haven't seen or heard from a lot, especially in this new administration, but he took the time to sit down and discuss all that with us. So hopefully we get to have him on again soon. Back to you guys.
All right, great conversation there, Anjali. Thanks so much for bringing that to us here at Yahoo Finance Live. All right, coming up on the other side of this break, we're going to sit down with the #1 golfer in the world, Jon Rahm, stops by to talk about his season and the FedEx Cup playoffs getting underway this weekend at Liberty over in New Jersey. Talk about that coming up after this.
And use one picture where I have any of the new sponsors.
Mr. Rahm, we'll get an audio check from you in a second. And
All I do is
Mr.
intimidate.
Brown, you are in the following block, so we'll have a commercial break following Mr. Rahm's interview to check you in.
Sounds good.
Hello, Mr. Rahm. How are you today?
Good, how are ya?
Excellent. My name is Joe. I'm just going to do a quick audio check with you.
Perfect.
Can you, count to 5 for me, please?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Rahm. This is Val, one of the producers. We're excited to have you on the program today.
My pleasure.
All right, you'll be speaking with Julie, Miles, and Brian on the other side of this break, although it'll be mostly Miles and Brian, and Miles will be bringing you in just about 90 seconds here.
Sounds good, thank you. Yeah, it was a picture from the Irish Open. Picture of me chipping in Memorial. And the skipping hole-in-one at Augusta. All of them tailor-made, all of them Adidas.
So all from last year.
Yes. Not like I haven't done anything this year, my God. That's just lazy work. Like,
Very lazy.
Jesus.
A minute back, guys.
I mean, you think the GM of this place would have a bigger office than this? No, I thought about it. Like, you gotta ask him
1 minute,
much
and 1 minute to you, sir, and just so you know, when
how
we
much
get
it is
to
to
you,
join this place, if you know.
we're just gonna get right to it.
Ask Phil. He's a member.
So, Mickelson? Why is he a member?
This is where he does a lot of his outings.
Really? Why is he a member here? For that?
45 seconds, guys.
Okay, let's start rolling for safety.
Really?
He's probably staying in one of the
I'm
villas
just gonna ask you to stand by. We're coming to you in 20 seconds.
All right, welcome back to Yahoo Finance Live on this Tuesday morning. We've talked about it here on the program, written about it on Yahoo Finance. 2020 and 2021 been a huge year for the golf business and professional golf, wrapping up its regular season. Last week, playoffs beginning this week at Liberty National, and joining us now to talk about everything happening in the world of golf is the top-rated golfer in the world, Jon Rahm, joining us from Liberty National in Jersey City. Jon, appreciate you taking some time to talk with us this morning. I want to start out on tour. Bitcoin. People talking about it? What are you guys chatting about? You guys are out there killing some time. Everyone's got some extra cash. What's the financial world looking like to you guys?
It is something you hear. I know one player on the PGA Tour who invested with some friends, some friends of his, and they do have a warehouse with over 2,000 computers mining Bitcoin. And he was telling me how much of a gold mine that was going to be. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I actually know. I don't think I know. I'm not in any cryptocurrency currently. I know I probably might have missed a big opportunity in there, but at the same time, I'm blessed to do what I do. Luckily, we have the opportunity to play for a lot of money, and as I'm still young, I'm gonna focus on that, and then maybe in the future when I've saved up enough, I might start thinking about investing in it. But it is something some people talk about. The cryptocurrency, it's something it's a conversation that goes on.
Well, don't worry, John. You got a lot of playing in front of you, and there'll be a lot of people telling you that this is the next big thing many times over the years. So, crypto one thing, it'll be something else in the future. I'm curious, does this feel like one long season to you going from the restart last year? Because as a fan following towards 6 majors just in this season, it has kind of felt like a nonstop grind for you guys. Does it seem that way to you?
Well, it is a longer season. So yeah, you see the added points and everything. It's a little bit more than usual. People have had more chances, and since there's been so many big events, you kind of see the different streaks. People that played good earlier, play good later, but they still stayed up there in the rankings, right? But I think for the people having playing good golf, it's gonna be a better year because you have more big tournaments, more opportunities, more to play for, right? So it's something that's unique. The other day I was just thinking, man, I just realized how far away the next major is, which is Augusta in April, right? Because I kind of gotten used to playing one every 1 or 2 months. It's been nice to have that little bit of little break going on between majors, and now we're not going to be able to see another one till April. So I'm going to miss having a year like this with this many majors counting.
Yeah, and John, I wonder about peaking, for you guys, how you think about it. You just have the Olympics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Swimmers and runners, they spend 4 years and they just get ready for this one event, but you guys, you have big events 4 months in a row in the spring. Ryder Cup's coming up next month. How do you think about peaking, or do you just say, well, I'm playing good golf now, I'll just focus up and try to ride that wave?
I mean, I'm not going to speak for other players, but in my case, when I'm deciding what to do with the schedule, obviously we look at the 4 majors first, right? You have the 4 majors in the FedEx Cup. Those are the highlights of the year. You got to peak in each one of those. And it's a little different because leading up to Augusta, you have time. You might have a time off, and then you have 3 months of competition before Augusta. And then basically you have a major every month, right? So you have to be able to peak in those events. And I think more of it is training accordingly, and then after each one being able to get enough rest to get ready for the next one. And that's kind of how I think about it, right? Try to tailor the strength and conditioning to that, and what tournaments you play and don't play in order to be ready for each one of those. That's kind of how it goes, at least in my mind. Now, if you're playing good golf and you feel like you can ride it a little bit longer, I know people do that and maybe play more events because they feel like they're playing good and they like to keep going instead of going home. But in my case, I rarely change my schedule to add more tournaments. If anything, I'm taking them off and playing maybe a different time of year.
John, I last talked to you in 2019, I believe just before you got married. You were playing great then. But since then, I would say you've hit a next gear. You've had top 10 finishes in all 4 majors this year. You won your first major this year. Mm-hmm. What do you attribute you hitting that next level? How have you done it?
Well, it's a learning curve once you become a pro, right? Even though when I turned pro, I started playing really good golf right away. There was a lot of maturing and growing up to do in that sense. Mainly on the golf course more than off the golf course, but still a lot of learning in general, right? I mean, you go from college, where since we're in the financial channel right now, where you're basically broke as hell, at least in my case, and then turn pro and start playing really good golf and signing these contracts. There's a lot of getting used to, right? Dynamics change when it comes to families, and things change, and things change within yourself, right? So there's a lot of getting used to that. And then getting married was a big milestone for me that really helped me in that sense, and having stability at home, and then becoming a father has been the cherry on top, right? I think that's what put a lot of things together. I've had a great life off the golf course, I can't complain, but this has taken it to another level, right? And I'm one of those players who I'm not happy because I'm playing good golf. I play good golf because I'm happy, and it correlates, right? The better my personal life is and the better my home life is, the better I play golf. And most of my mental work, believe it or not, comes to, it's work that I do off the golf course, trying to be a better friend, a better son, a better father, and a better husband. And so far I've done a pretty good job, and that's what I keep doing. And I think that's what I attribute that next level, right? It's been incredible. That experience of becoming a father has been amazing. I can say after seeing what a woman goes through, those months of pregnancy and delivery, I got a whole new appreciation for my wife, and that definitely changed a lot of things, right? I've told her even before in person, what she gave us, which is going through that and delivering our son, it's something I could never repay. There's nothing I can do to get even close to something like that. So I think that's what made me, just play better golf. Feel like, again, not that golf takes a second page, but there's more important things in life, right? And it makes it easier to channel all my energy to practice, and then I get home and I'm dad. It's almost easier to get a break from it, and it's been really nice.
Yeah, John, how is being a first-time dad? How has that changed how you approach preparing for tournaments, and how does it just change your outlook on the game?
It doesn't change the way I play. It doesn't change the way I think on the golf course. It just helps me get over things quicker, and especially when I'm done. Like whether I have a good or bad day, 10, 15 minutes after, it's gone. Especially if Kelly and my son are there on the golf course. As soon as I see them, it's out of my mind. It's whatever. I might go to the range trying to fix some things if I play bad, but it won't get, my ego won't get too high if I play good, and it won't be too low either if I play bad, right? It's just, it's almost like once I hold my son or I see Kelly and I hug her and give her a kiss, it's a before and after, right? Once that happens, golf is over. I'm a normal person, I'm a husband, I'm a dad, I have those duties. Right before that, I'm still the golfer, right? So I think that's the transition to off golf, John, let's say it that way, just being not an athlete, just a family man, is what's helped me the most with. It's a quick transition, and it's a very nice feeling, to be honest, especially every time I see the little guy, even at the US Open, right? When I held him after making that putt on 18, it's just, for a second, I forgot where I'm at. I forgot what I was doing. I forgot what had happened. I forgot what I had coming, right? So it was, that's the blessing that they give you.
All right, appreciate the time. Number 1 ranked golfer in the world, 5th in the Comcast Business Tour Top 10 heading into the playoffs. Jon Rahm, appreciate the time. I'll tell you, have fun at the Ryder Cup. I can't wish you luck. I'll tell you to have fun, and we'll see how things.
I know what you all mean by that. It's okay. Thank you.
That's all right. Thanks so much. All right, coming up on the other side of this break, we're going to talk to the CEO of Allbirds, that company unveiling a new clothing line. Brian Sousing has that conversation coming up after that.
Allbirds. Haven't heard of that. you get the one person that comes because it's a Masters. I remember that one a couple of years ago. It was you're X in the world. Is it a goal of yours to be number one? No.
Let's think about that. Yeah.
It's got a mini fridge over there. I like it. Cokes, Sprite. You guys have ever had a Sprite like just Sprite?
You know, gang,
No?
last year, the golf course, as long as you were decent, you should have had a banner year. This year, obviously,
This is
numbers
unmuted.
down because you
You want me to mute the actual computer?
Yeah, they said they can hear everything we're saying.
Oh, okay. Hello, hello. I just turned the mic on. You should be able to hear me.
Can you hear me? She's very low.
Oops. 1 second. Go ahead and keep talking.
Just making sure you all can hear me.
Can you turn you're a little low. Yeah, I'm all the way up there with her.
You got it?
I bet. Yeah. I just don't want to blast him if someone else is loud.
Olympics.com is waiting in the lobby.
I got it.
There we go.
Whoever that is. Alright, over under
Let me know
two
when you're ready
COVID
to get
questions.
started.
It's gonna be two exactly.
I'm guessing more.
As they all heard me say that.
All right.
Okay, we're
You
rolling
guys
back
ready on your
here.
end?
Does it sound good?
I'm still looking at the camera, right? Obviously.
We're rolling? Yes, please. Kind of like just look down. And
Mm-hmm.
camera's easier. Yes, please. You can take that
Oh,
out.
it doesn't. I mean, whatever you want.
Sure. It's kind of distracting. We'll take it out for a second. Can you hear us over there?
I sure can.
Alright,
Okay, great.
we're ready.
We're ready when you are.
All right, awesome. Well, hi, John. Welcome to the virtual interview room and welcome back to FedEx Cup playoffs. We've had an impressive season. We'd just love to hear some thoughts on the season ending last week and us heading into the playoffs and your impressive season that you've collected this year.
Yeah, it's been a great year. An unusual one with 6 majors counting towards the FedEx Cup points. A lot of big events out here, well, a little bit more competitive in that sense, right? More to play for. It's been fun, you know. I'm gonna miss having so many majors counting. You know, it was weird. Like just the other day, I was thinking, man, I just realized the Masters is extremely far away. So in that sense, it's a little different. We're gonna miss it. Luckily, we have the Players right before, so you know, we have a big event before that. And in my case, play great golf. You know, I feel like I've been pretty consistent throughout my career, but play really good golf this year, and you know, to top it off with the first major win has been great. So hopefully I can add in the next 3 weeks and become a FedEx Cup champion as well.
Yes, you played great golf this week. You're obviously number 5 in the FedEx Cup standings going into the next 3 weeks. Can you talk about your excitement to kick things off here at Liberty National, your thoughts about the golf course, and you know, what it would mean to be the last one standing after the Tour Championship?
Very excited. I have good memories from here. Last time I played really good golf, I believe I finished 3rd and had a chance to win as well, right? It's a great golf course. It's in impeccable shape, so it's going to be a fun one. Hopefully the weather doesn't get too bad like it can in the Northeast, right? Hopefully we get a bit of a break and we can enjoy a perfect shape golf course in that sense. And then the next 2 weeks, obviously the goal is to win, but the main goal is to get to the last event, to get to East Lake, to the Tour Championship as high rank as possible, right? So, you know, gotta keep the good play going, and like I said, I'll take it week to week, hopefully. I want to hopefully win those events as well, but the important one is the last one, so it's a bit of kind of like a qualifying few rounds where you're just trying to get ready in good position for the Tour Championship.
We'll go ahead and open up to questions on golf video. Folks, remember to mute yourself, but when I call on you, go ahead and go on video and ask Jon your questions, and we'll start with Bob here at ESPN.
Very good. Hey, good morning, Jon. Thank you. It's obviously been a great summer for you, success-wise, but kind of an odd one, too, with all that's going on off the course. I'm just curious, we haven't talked to you since the Olympics. Can you tell us what happened, and can you tell us what they told you, because that situation was just so unusual?
Well, the one thing I can say, this was a little harder to digest than Memorial, because, you know, right, I've done everything the system tells me to do. I got all my negatives, you know, first one on Thursday negative, Friday negative, Saturday I get my first positive. And then they tested me again that same day and apparently was positive again. And then I got tested the next 2 days. One was a saliva test, one was PCR, both negative, and got an antibody test done, so a blood test, and I had the antibodies, right? So I can't really explain what in the world happened. I don't know if it's false positives or just what I had left over from when I had COVID, right? Just dead cells that were in there that we all know can happen. I mean, there's a reason why the PGA Tour won't test you for a while after you've had COVID. So it's unfortunate, and I understand it's a weird case because I tested negative so quickly, and then I kept testing negative all throughout in the UK, and then I get here and that test is positive, right? It is really unfortunate. In St. Butley, it sucked because I wanted to represent Spain. I wanted to play that one. I wanted to hopefully give Spain a medal. Obviously shooting for a gold medal, but just being part of that medal count for the country you're part of would have been huge. And it was more devastating in that sense. You know, I was already in the mindset of playing for them more than me, and still makes me a little sad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to wait 3 more years, hopefully, to qualify for the Olympics. But you know, I was really ready for this one.
Jon, I take it you didn't feel ill after this one, and also just you kind of touched on it there, but you handled this pretty well. But obviously, it's got to be incredibly frustrating.
Well, I wasn't ill. I mean, I can guarantee you I didn't have COVID this time. Not at all. I mean, I had 5 tests done. 4 of them were negative. 1 was positive, and you know, I did. You know, the first time I did have COVID, barely any symptoms, but I had it. This time I had nothing. So. Listen, it is what it is. That's the only thing I can say. It is really unfortunate. It's too bad it was so late for us to watch it, because I mean we're playing at 2, 3 in the morning. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't stay up and watch the whole thing. But it's again, yeah, it is frustrating. I can't really explain it, because, like I said, it's the unfortunate part of the times we live in. I did everything I was supposed to do, and I still didn't get the chance to go, right? So hopefully I don't have to deal with any of that ever again, hopefully, yeah, COVID related, and I can just keep playing golf and do what I love and contend for tournaments. But at the same time, like I've said, it's a reminder of the times we live in. It is a serious disease. The consequences can be big, and I know not firsthand, but I know people that have been close to me to suffer them. So that's why I don't take it lightly, and that's why every day I'm still thankful that even when I had it, everybody around me in my family was okay and didn't get it. So that's a positive side out of it.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Jon.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Bob. We'll go to Russ Fogger, Golf Channel.
Hi, John. Kind of along the same lines, because you had to take another extended break that you probably would have taken otherwise. Did they give you extra focus for the playoffs, or maybe being a little bit more refreshed for the playoffs?
Well, it gave me that week. I guess I could have tried to play Memphis, but I think I was already in the mindset of not playing it, that I decided to stay home. And like I said last time as well, there's always a positive, and I don't think I'll ever get a chance to have 4 weeks off in the middle of the summer, and have some time to enjoy with my family. So I'm not gonna lie, I did the first 2 weeks. I spent a lot of time with Kippa, because with what we do, we're gone so often that I know I'm gonna miss a lot of things, and I'm gonna take advantage of times I get to be home, and that's what I did. I was with my family, I was with my wife and our son, and had a great time. Also trained hard and practiced hard, and yeah, I mean I feel like I'm probably gonna be a little bit more rested than most people, but at the same time I haven't played competitively in 4 weeks, right? So there might be slight bit of rust, but I'm pretty sure that's gonna go quickly, just because of how happy and how excited I am to be back and be competing.
And just a quick follow-up, this is kind of unrelated, but you look at the top players, even 2 top 5 or top 6 right now in the FedEx Cup teams list. It seems to me that there's so much clarity right now. Do you have a thought on maybe who you think would be Player of the Year right now, or do you need to see the next 3 weeks to make your decision?
To be honest, I haven't given that any thought. I have no idea. Couldn't tell you, honestly. We'll see. Hopefully I can have a good playoffs and state my case. We'll see. But I really haven't thought about it at all. And off the top of my head, I can't think of everybody's accomplishments at once. So I couldn't really give you an answer.
Thanks, John.
We'll go to Jason Sobel, the Action Network.
I think it's Jason, but I can't hear Jason.
Hey, John, sorry about that.
Oh, there we go.
Wanted to ask you, the first time you came back from COVID after the Memorial, obviously you won the U.S. Open. Any secret to your success at that point, coming back from that, maybe more motivation or something internally? And can any of that translate this time as well in your first event back to the second time?
It's a little different situation. It's a little different. Leaving Memorial when I had not that the tournament was over, but I gave myself a really good chance on Sunday to win my second straight Memorial Championship. It's a quick turnaround too, right? It was a week off, and then it was the U.S. Open. So there's no trick to it. Nothing special I can tell you. No secret ingredient that made me win that week. I can't. I've spoke extensively over it, just because, like I said, being positive, right? The power of thinking positively, and that's what I always did. I told the people around me right after what happened in Memorial happened, that something good was coming my way. I didn't know what, and I didn't know when, but something good was coming. I'm a good person. I know I am, and good things happen to good people. And I'm definitely a believer in karma to an extent. So that's what I was thinking. And like I've said before, when I stood on that tee on Sunday, and I made that first swing, I knew that day was that day. That day was coming, and I played with a bit of, obviously still intensely and wanting to win, but I played with certain freedom, knowing that something good was coming. It's not the same thing this time because I wasn't there, I wasn't playing, and you know, everything happened before I could get to Japan. So you can't really compare each one, right? Like I said, this one was, I think, a little bit more frustrating because I did everything by the book, and I'm convinced I didn't have the buyers this time. So it's, as unfortunate as it was, it gave me some time to rest. So I think maybe not this week, but looking into the next few weeks, I'm probably physically and mentally a bit more rested than everybody else. So that could be my advantage.
Thanks, Jon.
Mm-hmm.